Greetings, YouTube. Recently, the Islamic State, formerly known as the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, recently took the city of Mosul. And one of the things they've done since taking the city of Mosul is that they have expunged all religious minorities. If you aren't a Sunni Muslim, you were not welcome there. And some of the religious minorities that were expunged from the city were the Christians. And apparently for the first time in 1800 years, there are no Christians in this city. The Christians that were there were given three options. They were given the option they could convert to Islam, they could pay a religious tax for the temerity to actually have a faith other than Sunni, be other than a Sunni Muslim, which is obviously discriminatory and prejudicial, or last, they could be executed. So the families picked up stakes and ran, many of which were stripped of their possessions as they left. So they left the city of Mosul with nothing but the clothing on their backs. And most of them ran to Kurdistan to seek refuge, because apparently that was the closest region that is not currently under the control of the Islamic State. And the Islamic State's goal, at least stated goal, has been to establish a world caliphate, where they will then impose Islamic law upon all people, who must, of course, obey everything they say. And as I've said in the past, and I'll say it now, organized religion is a pox upon humanity, and social conservatives are always wrong. And what's going on right now in Mosul is an excellent example of true religious persecution. That's the real deal, folks. That's what's actually happening right now. Throw people to the lions kind of religious persecution. Not what many American Christians claim to be experiencing when they use the phrase religious persecution. Most Americans use that phrase. They are referring to when other religious groups, or atheists, attempt to step into the public square and state that they have the same rights as Christians. And many Christians don't like that. Many American Christians are deeply offended with the concept that they have to share the public square with other faiths and with atheists and everything in between. That's not persecution. That's being told you must share. That everyone gets to enjoy the same privileges and rights that the largest segment of the population enjoys. In the case in America, that's Christianity. But just because Christianity is the dominant religion in America, it does not mean they get to dominate. It just means that they are the most common type of religious person in America. We have a secular government. I know that many social conservatives will tell you that we don't, but we do. We have freedom of religion in America. The government views all faiths equally. No faith has more import to our secular government than any other faith, at least on the books, the ideal that we are supposed to aim towards. In reality, of course, the bias towards Christians in America is incredible. That there is, in fact, religious bias in America, and it is in favor of Christianity by a landslide. And yet, American Christians still act as though they are a persecuted minority. But go talk to the Christians that used to live in Mosul. They will explain to you what actual religious persecution is. Not the fake persecution that American Christians will tell you they're experiencing. Not the pearl-clutching variety, where they, oh no, won't someone think of the children? No. Actual religious persecution. Where your faith is on the line, and the other option is death. That's the real deal. Not the majority control that American Christians enjoy while pretending to be a persecuted minority. Because that's what it is, folks. Pretending. They are playing pretend. And they need to stop that. They need to understand that in the eyes of the government, all faiths are equal. That none are more important than anything else. So, for all you American Christians out there that think you're persecuted, you're not. Got that? You are not being persecuted for being Christian. The government simply wants you to understand that all faiths are equal in America. You might want to take a chance and reread that First Amendment again.